us to this day. Every journey that brought us to this place. We're filled with wonder that words couldn't ever contain. This is what we've been waiting for. At the dawn of forevermore, we can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we've been waiting for. When the morning light brings us to our feet, we'll keep chasing what we were meant to be. We can feel it, we're ready for anything. This is what we've been waiting for. At the dawn of forevermore, we can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we knew we would find, leaving all of our doubts behind. We can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we've been waiting for. Give our dreams to the rising sun. Make our way, we have just begun. We're closer to heaven, there's so much ahead of us. We'll give our dreams to the rising sun. Make our way, we've just begun. We're closer to heaven, there's so much ahead of us. This is what we've been waiting for. At the dawn of forevermore, we can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we knew we would find, leaving all of our doubts behind. We can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we've been waiting for. The sound of the party trunk dropping, the crackle of campfire we're popping. No phones, just half glasses, living our best captions. Steven making us laugh with his laughing. All the girls wearing all the guys' jackets, reliving that Friday. We all went to see Coldplay. Oh, isn't it nice? Yeah, soaking in life for free. Oh, sparks drifting high, making a memory. When smoke follows you like a magnet, it's musical chairs out of habit, staying up past the moon, just like we used to do.
2006. Justin Timberlake was bringing sexy back. iPods were the epitome of Apple technology, and the Cleveland Browns still sucked. It was also the year that Justin and Bree, soon to be high school graduates, and longtime casual acquaintances, familiar faces from the other side of basketball gyms, started to grow curious about one another. It built slowly through hang sessions with mutual friends and long conversations in hotel hallways at basketball tournaments. And as feelings grew on both sides, whether or not they showed or admitted it, it became obvious to everyone around them that there was a chemistry there. And so too did the looming reality of the next step in their young lives, college. Distance can be fickle. As anybody who has ever tried to maintain romance from afar can tell you, it's sink or swim, and most couples aren't lucky enough to make it back to the surface. But as Justin still recalls with a boyish glint in his eye, the first time Bree visited him in Flagstaff was the first time he realized he was in love with her. And Bree, who never saw herself as someone who would pursue a relationship from a distance, realized that Justin's charm just might be able to travel all those miles after all. For 4 years, they worked at it, willing their way through nights apart and frustration at their situation. And they came out all the stronger for it in the end. When they were finally reunited, that's when the work really began. But it wasn't so much at being a couple as it was building a life. Secondary education, career navigation, all of these things they had to learn for themselves. But they had each other's backs through it all, with complete faith and trust in each other, and what they hoped would pay off in the form of a future together. And that's exactly what they have done. I mentioned earlier that today is a very special day. But the day is special for all of us, the outside observers as well. The ones that can show warmth and admiration for two of the sweetest people we know. Marriage is traditionally a point of merger, a celebration of two lives, molding themselves into one. Bree and Justin, you two will step forward today and enter into a life you've already cultivated together. The home you share will be no different. Butters will be there waiting for you, as well as all of the memories of adventures you've already embarked on, and excitement for those to come. But declaring in front of all of us here today that there are still milestones you'd like to reach together, that your passion and joy for each other remain pure and strong, that is what sets this day apart from all others.
Justin, as I stand here with you today, I couldn't be more excited to be your wife. The past 12 years has been nothing short of amazing, and each year I find myself loving you more than I thought was possible. In the summer of 2006, we were just two kids who fell in love, and since then we have become so much more than that. We've overcome distance, built a home, and a family with Butters, and I thank God every day for blessing me with you in my life. I love living every minute of life with you because with you, everything is just better. I love who I am when I am with you, and I love how you are with your nieces and nephew. I love how you make me laugh, and I love how you know when to get me a boba when I have a really long day. And I also love that when we first met, you had your own sense of style with baggy pants.
Oh, God.
Puka shells.
Oh, God.
And,
No more.
and goggles on the
Oh,
basketball.
yeah.
People can spend their whole life looking for their other half, but I was lucky enough to find mine when I was 17. I now believe to be one of the lucky ones to know what it's like to be loved unconditionally. I still get what I like to call butterflies, an indescribable feeling when I see you. And now that our families have gotten closer, I'm also now a believer in fate. For the fact that your mom's grandmother and my grandpa live right next to each other in Hawaii is crazy. Either way, whether it be life or fate, I'm so thankful that it brought me to you. You're my favorite person. Thank you for loving me for me and always accepting me for who I am. You've always made me feel safe and loved, and I can't wait to continue living life with you and seeing where life takes us. Justin, I love you so much, and as I stand here in front of you with our closest friends and family, I promise to play tennis or ping pong with you at least once a month or once a year. I promise to massage your injury when you get hurt playing basketball and take care of you when you get sick. I promise to be at as many basketball games as possible to help you not get technical fouls.
Thank you.
And I promise to love you when you turn green.
Thank you.
That's AKA Hulk.
Yes.
And I vow to continue loving you unconditionally for the rest of my life.
First off, wow. You look incredible and stunning. I wasn't prepared for you walking down the aisle. I was preparing for anything else but that, and having to hear the vows, that was so beautiful. Man, how did I get so lucky 12 years ago? My gosh. You know, when I first started writing these vows, my whole first draft was just really a bunch of Bree accomplishments. Like, how now and back then, I just put you on this pedestal as a person who just dominates life. At 16, you know, through my eyes, I get to see this wonderful, beautiful human being who is dominating school, is playing in all-star basketball games, is working 2 jobs, is paying your own bills. And through your eyes, you poor thing, you got to see a really scrawny kid with the goggles that were very thick, man, who wore the triple extra large shirts and the baggy shorts. And why you looked at this description of like a ghetto Harry Potter and thought, yeah, that's what I want. I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm very thankful you did. It led us to going out, falling in love, and standing here today. But as I was looking at that, that's a lot of things that your parents can sit there knowing that they've raised a wonderful daughter. What I want to talk to you about is why I love our love. That's where I joined the team. So I know love's different for everybody. There's no, winners or losers, no better or worse, just different and unique to each individual. But babe, I'm in love with our path, what we've done to get here today. Through all our past 12 years, it's been amazing. I can't even get into all the hundreds of thousands of amazing memories we have, but it might be, as Chacon said, the bad moments. Man, all those times we cried at LAX and at Flagstaff airports, through the worst times. It's probably why we're so crazy about each other right now. I love that we appreciate love differently. We totally do. We are not on the same way there. We take and accept love differently, For you, gosh, I'm gonna just say, I'll start with me. For me, gosh, I know we accept love differently, and I gotta say, I'm understanding those times that you play 3 hours of tennis after a full day of IEPs. That's love, that's acts of service, that's how I accept love. All those times that you came home tired and cooked dinner for us. All those times that you sat sitting through 3 basketball games, then you sat through a flag football game, or you did things like plan a wedding. These are all amazing signs of love and acts of service, baby. And for me, it's so easy to love you. My gosh, anyone could, and I'm so thankful that I get the job to. All you want is somebody to hold you and cuddle you and show you some affection. Maybe be in the moment with you and spend some quality time with you. I promise to do all that bare minimum and more. I promise to get you those bobas. Almond milk tea, 50% sugar, less boba. I hate Monopoly, but I will keep playing for you. Even though you don't just let me lose, you have to do the mortgage me and then demonstrate I can't pay you and then I can quit. And most importantly, I know for sure the number one thing I have to do to fill your love tank is kill every spider that you ever see in your life. I will do that for you, baby. I love who you used to be. I love who you are now standing in front of me. I love who you'll be in the future. I know that we plan and you can't always be ready for the future. I mean, it's new, it's growth. You aren't there yet, but I can't wait to experience all that with you by my side. I promise to communicate with you and use my words when I need something. I promise to listen and shut up and hear what you're saying when you need to communicate to me. I promise not just to be a male roommate that you happen to live with. I promise to be in the moment with you and love you and fill your love tank daily. Love everything about you, babe. I love you very much. I promise I'll love you in the rest of my life here, in this life and the next. I'll find you and I'll love you.
Do you take Justin to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
Do you promise to love and honor him from this day to the end of all your days, in sickness and in health?
I do.
Do you promise to forsake all others and be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you take Bree to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Do you promise to love and honor her from this day to the end of all your days, in sickness and in health?
I do.
Do you promise to forsake all others and be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
With this ring, I thee wed. Repeat
With
after.
this ring, I thee wed,
And give all that I will ever be
and give all that I will ever be
to the love we share now and always,
to the love we share now and always,
as your joy becomes my light,
as your joy becomes my light,
your pain becomes my suffering,
your pain becomes my suffering,
while my heart and spirit
while my heart and my spirit
shall be shared with you forever.
shall be shared with you forever.
With this ring, I thee wed,
With this ring, I thee wed,
and give all that I will ever be
and give all that I will ever be
to the love we share now and always,
to the love we share now and always,
as your joy becomes my light,
as your joy becomes my light,
your pain becomes my suffering,
your pain becomes my suffering,
while my heart and spirit
while my heart and spirit
shall be shared with you forever.
shall be shared with you forever.
By the power vested in me by the American Marriage Ministries, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Here we stand, the world awaits. We'll let the stars tonight light the way. Hand in hand, through light or rain. It's your constant love that gives me strength. Under the starlight, we'll find our way, I know. This is the start of something beautiful. With you by my side, there's no place that we can't go. This is the start of something beautiful. When the wind moves along your face, it captures everything I long to say. So don't look back, love, and don't you wait. Just say you'll run with me, come what may. Under the starlight, we'll find our way, I know.
For those of you who don't know, there's a little bit of an age gap between Justin and myself. So growing up, kind of had this sense of being responsible for Justin, kind of looking over him. A little bit of concern too, like the time when he was about 8 years old and was playing with fireworks by himself in the backyard and literally almost set our house on fire. Unknowingly, had no idea until our parents got home. So there's always kind of been this kind of big brother. We didn't have that sibling rivalry where we fought or, teasing each other, fighting, stuff like that. So it was a pretty different, special bond between us two. So then I can remember when Justin was going to decided to go to northern Arizona. My mom shared with me on the phone. And I just remember my first thoughts were, this concern for Justin, going to another state and have to learn how to cook his own dinner and grow up and do his laundry, clean his bathroom, all these things. I think Forrest's friends can attest, eat something different from cereal and salad, all the time. But lo and behold, 4 years passes and he graduates from college, comes back home, starts to work, climbs up the company ladder, does well. During this time, he also goes and gets his master's degree, which is pretty special and unique in that case that he was working full-time too. Buys a house, and now, today, having this special occasion. So I think that's a testament to our parents, the values, the guidance, the love, the support that they've provided us, the importance of education. But I also want to share, too, with that, during this time, there's also been a constant in his life as well, and that's been Bree. Bree, you've been a big part of our family. You've been a great aunt for my kids. You've been there for Justin in all his times, all these chapters. Seeing you guys grow together while you guys were away. And, I just want to say from my parents, too, that we truly appreciate that. And we love you, and you've always been family to us. So thank you. So to Bree and Justin, Bree and Justin, congratulations on this special evening. May your next chapter be filled with laughter and a lot of love, and maybe little cousins to run around too. So thank you.
As teens, we had bedrooms right next to each other. So since we had bedrooms right next to each other, and we also had the only 2 bedrooms in the house that faced the street, I was privileged enough to witness a very sweet Romeo and Juliet moment between Bree and Justin. So it was a warm summer night. I was sleeping, but I was abruptly woken up to the sound of and I continued to hear this was eventually followed by and at that moment, I really thought, Bree needs to go get him because I need to go to sleep. So, but thankfully, the next thing I heard after that was, and that was when I heard Bree open her bedroom door and actually go downstairs and get Justin. So that was the moment that I realized that Justin really was the one for Bree. And Bree, I'm so happy that you found someone who not only accepts your ridiculous obsession with boba, but is also so loving and so caring. You're not only my sister, you're my best friend. And I'm so proud of the woman that you've become. I don't think you could have chosen a better person to spend the rest of your life with. I love you both so much, and I wish you a lifetime of happiness.
Hi, my name is Shay. I'm Bree's younger sister, and I can't tell you how excited I am for these 2 to finally tie the knot. Justin, as if you weren't already part of this family, I just wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that I'm officially happy to have you as a brother. Yesterday at the rehearsal, I watched as you asked tons of questions to make sure that this day for Bree and you would be absolutely perfect. I was so impressed by this, and it was very clear that your dedication to this big day paid off. Today has been absolutely amazing. More than being impressed, it's also so comforting to know that you showed this same dedication to Bree, and I know that you will continue to sorry. you'll continue to always be there for her and take care of her. So obviously you guys have known that it's taken 12 years for this day to come. But it's been longer for me, probably since I actually knew this day would come even before you two started dating. Our family had just moved into a new home, and Bree invited some of her friends over, Justin being one of them. And I'm not sure if you remember this, Bree, but once everyone was gone, I remember telling you, I think you and Justin would make a cute couple. So, okay, I guess I didn't specifically mention marriage, but to be fair, I was in middle school, so if you were dating, you're practically married. Taking it back even further, when we were kids growing up, I really looked up to Bree. One of the things I admired most about her was her fearless attitude, and I still really love this about her, but fearlessness sometimes does have its consequences, like falling down in the middle of a restaurant while dancing, causing you to break your arm, or taking a fall in judo class, causing a broken collarbone. But I'd like to think that this same fearless attitude helped you and Justin fall in love. And 12 years later, here you are. So I guess falling wasn't so bad this time around. So Bree, I hope you continue to be fearless with your love. And Justin, thank you again for being so dedicated to my sister. I love you both and wish you a lifetime of happiness.
So, again, my name is Justin. Yeah, kind of weird. Yes, we have, most of the people here know me by Kimura, right? Other Justin over there? Other Justin? Yeah, so my name is Kimura. We go by Hayes. So I'm going to refer to him as Hayes because I don't like to speak myself in the third person. Like, that's a little weird. So, anyways, oh man, we've hung out so many times, so many things. Bree, we went to school together. I didn't even know we went to preschool together until my parents told me. They're like, oh yeah, that's Bree in the picture, and then I noticed. Went to Kashmir, went to North. It did a lot of things together. Hayes, we went to Japan a couple times. Where's my Yonsei peeps at? Yonsei. I mean, we even worked together. All right, PTN, shout out to PTN. Anyone? Yeah, there you go. First Steps, anyone for First Steps? There we go, see? We even work together. I've seen them change diapers and do all kinds of things. It's crazy. Bree, you're like one of the guys, honestly. Super chill. Some things may go over your head, but you can take an insult, like a ruthless insult, like a champ. Like, honestly, it's awesome. But also, you could absorb all of my nonsense. I'm rambling, you can do whatever it is, and you just combat it with empathy. Your kindness is truly leaps and bounds over everyone else. Leaps and bounds. Anyone else? Work? No? Okay, that's lame. All right, that was lame. All right, we worked in the same program. It's called Leaps and Bounds for little kids. And all right, that was awkward. All right, anyways, Hayes. There you go. At least I'm happy for one of those people. All right, Hayes. I know you as the Energizer Bunny. Anyone that's played basketball with him knows that he goes 142% over the average person. Like, no one wants to play against that, right? Charlie, AD. Who wants to guard that? Like, honestly, this dude goes on to another level. But I've also seen you use your passion in your career. Like, we worked together in First Steps. You know, I've seen you use your efforts to act a fool in front of kids, just to make them happy, to make them learn, to enjoy the moment. That's what I really appreciate with what both of you guys do. You guys are there together to have each other's backs. I mean, We talk about it all the time, but Hayes, you're there with your long ass arms to kill the spider up above, and that's at all times. And Bree, there's been a few times where you weren't there, and we went to golf. Hayes didn't have his wallet. Like, seriously, like we're going golfing, and that fool left his wallet at home, and we're walking on with our cart, and he doesn't have it. It's because Bree wasn't there at home to tell him, do you have your wallet? Like, do you have your keys and your golf clubs? Like, that's real important. You guys have each other. You're super competitive. Just ask him about the shovel. Ask him about the shovel. Like, it's pretty funny. Like, I'm a great shovel getter, but ask him. Ask him. You guys are a great example of how to care for someone or something. You guys always put yourselves in front of others. That's what makes you such a great uncle, and you now officially a great auntie. So I really appreciate you guys showing me how to love and how to be loved. So I really appreciate that. So usually I have a drink, because you know me. I like to drink. So everyone, let's put up a glass real quick. All right, let's put up a glass real quick and say congrats to the newlyweds. All right, cheers.
Bree and Justin have taken another step for a new journey, and by doing so, you also put me and Julie, my wife, going on that same journey too, although it's from a different perspective. You're having a new family, an added family. We're also having an added family. So it keeps growing. One of the things I was going to talk about was your mishaps, but Shay talked about that. And then in your wedding vows, you mentioned that Justin's maternal grandparents' parents was my neighbor growing up in Hawaii. So I mean, it was pretty amazing that this coincidence, we found out about it just by chance. And Justin's grandfather, maternal grandfather, is I found out was a golfing buddy of my cousin. So that's another coincidence. Let's see. I don't have a smartphone like my daughter, so I still got one of these. So I can't take out my phone to read my notes, so I got a piece of paper here. I'm just going to read a story. It's very difficult at my age to read in the dark. Sometimes I have to use a flashlight. Especially when you go to the restaurant and we're looking, is that a flashlight? Yeah. Okay, the story goes like this. Many years ago, a 10-year-old boy walked up to the counter of a soda shop and climbed onto a stool. He caught the eye of the waitress and asked, "How much is an ice cream sundae?" 50 cents, the waitress replied. The boy reached into his pockets, put out a handful of change, and began counting. The waitress frowned impatiently. After all, she had other customers to wait on. The boy squinted up at the waitress. "How much is a dish of plain ice cream?" he asked. The waitress sighed and rolled her eyes. 35 cents, she said, with a note of irritation. Again, the boy counted his coins. At last, he said, "I'll have the plain ice cream, please." He put the quarter and 2 nickels on the counter, and the waitress took the coins, brought the ice cream, and walked away. About 10 minutes later, she returned and found the ice cream dish empty. The boy was gone. She picked up the empty dish, then swallowed hard. There on the counter, next to the wet spot where the dish had been, were 2 nickels and 5 pennies. The boy had had enough for Sunday, but he had ordered plain ice cream so that he could leave her a tip. So in a world that constantly tells us to get all we can get every so often, it's important to be reminded of the power of generosity. This is one of the things that was being said, but from my perspective, from the waitress's side, there's a lot that people, I guess, assume, but they don't really know what's going on. And so my message to you also is that, there's a lot of times when I don't really say how much I worry about you. Or whenever you take a trip, especially a driving trip, we always worry. To us, you're still our kids. And it's always going to be that way. So we don't necessarily have to say it, but I want you to know that we always care. And Justin, don't let her get away with not killing her own spiders.
Okay.
I mean, she does that with Mom. Mom, can you get a spider? Where is it? It's up on the wall. So, what are you going to do when he's not around?
I close the door. And I tell him where it is when he gets home.
And I guess you've already figured out about the toilet seats, right? No? Well, I got a story to tell you about Mom. She complained to me one time that I forgot to put the toilet seat down, and I couldn't stop laughing because I was just picturing in my mind. She was complaining to me, I almost fell in the toilet. And I said, "What's the matter? You don't look before you sit down?" But I was, she wasn't that mad, but she forgave me. But I don't think I've ever done that again, have I? So that's all I have to say.
Am I living in a dream come true? Arms around you dancing. Yeah, the world's a burning room. I don't see it when all I see is you. I wanna hold you when it all comes down. Wanna be with
Groomsmen, can I get a yay or something real fast? I appreciate all the time that you guys have put in to learn, to being voluntold to do a dance, and just all your time and energy. And to all of bridesmaids, can you throw your hands in the air real quick? Can I see you? We thank you so much for your time and all your effort. And that dance was beautiful. I loved it. That was so cool. Most importantly, probably our family. John and Jen, Trista and Shay, mom and dads on both sides, grandma and grandpa. I'm so lucky that I have on my side both our grandma and grandparents. And I know yours are smiling down on us, but the fact that they're here right now means the world to us. And one last time, can we give it up for my granny it's her birthday today? I think you guys easily see how much Jordan and Devin mean to us. You guys are the best things ever. Camden and Brooklyn are little baby twins. We will get to know them more, and they will also be our favorite. Let's see here. Our grandparents, one more time, on both sides. The gentleman, Granddad and Papa, let me tell you. And to Papa, who made all these leis and made extra for the children. Oh my goodness. You got it?
I think, as most of you noticed, like, we don't have a really big wedding here. So every single one of you that are here has really been a part of our 12-year journey. And it really means a lot to us that you're all here, because this is such a big step for us. And you guys have all been a part of it, you know, whether it be like recently or from the very beginning. So we can't thank you enough for being here. Justin and I have been so, strong, and it's always been that you all have been so supportive of us. It's mean the world to us. So thank you, and thank you for coming and being here and helping us celebrate.
I wanna hold you when it all comes down.
Wanna be with you when the lights go out. I wanna spend forever by your side. I wanna